Well, Chelle found that one.
If we count all of them, we're tied. So.
Hi guys!
Hi!
I've got Chelle and Nathaniel visiting up here in Washington, and one of our favorite things to do when we're traveling is what? Tell them, Nathaniel.
Geocaching.
I don't know if you've ever heard of geocaching, but it's kind of like treasure hunting in a sense, right?
It's a worldwide scavenger hunt.
Yeah, kind of. For sure.
Pretty sure that's what it actually says on the site.
Oh, well.
Using GPS devices.
Yes, and you're using GPS devices to do it. So I want to give you guys a tutorial about what geocaching is. It's something really fun to do with your family, and it's sort of free. It's kind of a free activity. I wouldn't say it's perfectly free because you need to use gas to get around to the different geocaching places. It's a great family activity, and what's really nice about geocaching when you're traveling somewhere is that you can see areas that you wouldn't have necessarily gone to, because a lot of the geocaches take you to historical places or places of interest, and then you can kind of explore the area while you're there looking for these different geocaches.
Or one time a cow pasture in England. Where Amy had her first experience with cows. It was fun.
That wasn't my first experience with cows, but
being that close to them.
Oh, we were very close to cows there. So we had to kind of walk around the cows, and that was interesting. But yeah, so we've done it in England, we've done it in some other countries, and we've just had a blast doing it. There's an app, a geocaching app, and you can download this app and then join. And there's these coordinates for these different geocaches that people like you and I have actually placed. So the term for non-geocachers are?
Muggles.
Yes, and so we are non-muggles.
Yes. So we're trying to sneakily find items that people have hid, and sometimes in urban areas.
Yes.
So you have to be very stealthy, because if everybody knows where they are, then it's a problem.
Fun.
And they're hidden all over the place.
Yeah.
So I guess we could say
we try to
warning.
keep away from the muggles.
Yeah, this one right here is super stealthy.
That's why we're called the Ninja Rogues.
Yeah,
We're very stealthy.
So
this
stealthy.
could be considered, I was gonna say it.
Are you gonna work out the puns?
No, it's not a pun.
Oh, okay. So because I am this weird, crazy list person, and I like doing weird things like that, and I kind of want to give you guys a tour of Whatcom County overall, I've decided that during this trip, we're going to do one geocache in every town/city in Whatcom County.
Normally, when you do this, you pick one area and you do a whole bunch of geocaches in that one area. But Amy
Is special.
likes to just
Make things interesting.
go crazy.
So we are going to start with our first geocache, and honestly, we'll walk you through the whole process so you'll know what to do. And
As best as we can without letting the muggles know what we're doing.
yeah, because we're not going to show you the actual geocache locations, because that's really unfair for the people who've placed these geocaches. So we're going to give you an idea of the geocaches, but we are not going to show you the actual locations, because you need to come out here and go geocaching yourself. The first town we're in here in Whatcom County is called Acme. It's super small. There is a diner and a little like country store and a fire station, and that's pretty much it. It's gorgeous here. It's in a little valley with the mountains all around, and
Still very good.
Smells like
Yeah.
cow.
yeah, well, they fertilized yesterday, so there is a lot of. If you don't like cow smell, then maybe Acme's not the right place for you. But anyways, tell us about our first geocache.
It's called the Acme Geocache, and the description is it's located in the town of Acme. This cache shouldn't be too wily for you.
Like-
beep.
Like Wile E. Coyote, Acme, get it? So let me give you a little close-up on what Chelle is seeing on her screen.
We're navigating to the geocache. We know it's a 1.5 difficulty with a 1.5 terrain, and it is a small size.
What
Now,
does small size mean?
It could be something like a film canister or something around that size,
Okay.
usually. Sometimes they'll give you hints you can look at if you want to.
So we all have our own special names when you join geocaching. So our group is called the Ninja Rogues. So if we placed a geocache, it would say who it was placed by. Geocachers called Curious Joe placed this back in 2015. Yeah, and once you find the cache, or if you don't find the cache, you make a login here. Yeah, you log in there so that people know either you couldn't find it, and maybe that the owner of the geocache needs to go out there and check and see if it's still available. Or if it's damaged in some way, you can tell them so they can go out and fix it. Or just kind of give other people an idea of who was there last and a little bit about their experience. It's sort of fun to kind of see what other people are doing as well. So let's go find it.
We have our own acronyms for it. we say TFTC, thanks for the cache, or DNF, did not find.
So here's what the geocache box looks like that Chelle found, actually. Chelle found this one. And what Nathaniel's wanting to take something out of it. So if you take anything out of the geocache box, you need to make sure you put something back in, because it's unfair to just take things and not leave something. So show him what you left.
This little creepy.
He's silly. He's kind of funny. So Nathaniel's leaving something. What do you find inside of here? You find the booklet that you can write in, and sometimes you find like pens or pencils that you can write with.
And then sometimes people will put something like a little figure.
Yeah,
so that
or
you can
stickers,
trade it out.
or yeah. So it's fun for kids too to be able to trade things into these boxes.
Because this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Choose log type. Okay.
So we
Found it.
And now we can say thanks for the cache. Yay!
That means thanks for the cache, we found it. So we got our first find of the day in Acme, and as we said, we are not very inconspicuous, so I'm sure everybody knew what we were doing. But that is why we are the Ninja Rogues, because we're so stealthy. But it was fun.
Don't negative.
Yeah. Chelle's decided that she's not a huge fan of the urban caches. Actually, you've never been a huge fan of the urban caches, but
because we're so inconspicuous,
Inconspicuous.
I always get a little nervous.
she feels uncomfortable. But there are different varieties that you can do. So now that we've done Acme, we can check that off our list.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any road runners.
So we're ready to hit the next one, which is in Deming. And Deming is a very small town. It's actually where the Nooksack Reservation is. And my family's Nooksack, so fast fact about Amy. So we're gonna go find that and see if we can find our second geocache. We've had those days where we've hit like 6 or 7 and haven't found them, and those were really, the morale goes down quite a bit at that point.
We also get really competitive. Amy has been known to threaten spiders just to try to get the cache first.
That was hilarious. Chelle's afraid of spiders, and at one point we were all running to find the cache first, and I was like, oh my gosh, Chelle, there's a spider! And she screamed and ran the opposite direction, and guess who found that cache? I did.
Can't tell, she's very competitive.
You are too. So today so far, Chelle has found 1 cache. Nathaniel and Amy are at 0. So we're gonna have to try harder, Nathaniel. We can't let your mom win, that's for darn sure.
Team fun versus team no fun.
Oh, no fun, Chelle.
Okay, so the next place we're stopping at is the Deming Homestead Eagle Park, which sounds pretty cool. It was donated to the Whatcom Land Trust. And the Whatcom Land Trust actually does a lot of really good things out here by purchasing land and preserving it so that we have places like this to enjoy and the wildlife has a place to live. So this is the example of a microcache. It has a magnet on it right here.
I thought this fell out of my pocket.
You see, it's got the little log there.
And that's it.
And then you take the log out and we will write. That's a long log. Okay, here's the.
I'll sign it.
Yeah.
All right, at this point we're Amy 1, Chelle 1, Nathaniel.
Oh.
All right, so we are in Maple Falls, which is this little mountain community on the way to Glacier, which is up towards Mount Baker. It's a very small town. It has some stores. This is a church right here, but down the way it has some stores. I think there's a restaurant that's not open today called Yukiyama, and then there's, you know, a post office. It's a very small town. We are heading down this trail where we're gonna find a geocache. Apparently it's a small size. And anything else we want to add?
2 difficulty, 2 terrain.
All 2s.
Just around the river bend, waiting just around the river bend. I look once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore, where the gulls, where the gulls fly free. Don't know what for, what I dreamed the day might send, just around the river bend, just around that river bend. Cocoa.
Mine says 29 feet. 20 feet. Mine says 20 feet and it's right over there.
A good thing to note is that sometimes, especially when you're in areas where there's a lot of trees, the GPS might be off a bit, so you might have to do a little bit of wandering around in order to find your caches.
Huh? You like me, Mother? Could be either or.
You never know.
I'm not afraid of spiders, Mom.
Yeah, I am. So we're gonna stop at that. Look right there. I'll go over here.
There. Ooh,
That one's a little
one's
gross.
got a little bit of water damage.
So we will make a note of that in the cache.
That's disgusting.
That the paper is rotting.
Ooh. Who found it?
Me.
I found it.
They're lying.
I won.
Now that you've won the geocache race, what are you gonna do next, Chelle?
I'm gonna have him put it back because I found it, but I did not grab it.
That means you get to put it back.
No.
Okay, so we are entering the glacier area, which is a little, I don't think it's technically a town, but it's a little area just west of Mount Baker. This is where you would come and get your gear on the way to Mount Baker if you wanted to go skiing or hiking up in the Mount Baker area. It's a cute little town, and right now we're here on a Tuesday and really nothing's open. We're hungry, but we're going to find this cache and then probably head down to Sumas where there will be places open. So look at, oh, big Douglas fir.
I think Shelly's trying to steer us in the wrong way so that she gets it first.
Oh yes, because I came over here first. Nathaniel, don't kick the thing,
Yeah,
please.
be nice to the environment.
So it's always good to have those geocaches that you can't find because it humbles you a little. So also a bit of a geocaching travel tip. When you're going to areas like this, we're up here in Glacier, there's a lot of mountains, there's a lot of trees, there's no service whatsoever. Before you head out on your geocaching adventure, make sure you take notes of the hints and things, any information you might need from the actual geocache, because we have the coordinates and the GPS system works, but we can't get all the information on the actual cache because there is no service here. You know, like I said, it's good to not find them occasionally because it keeps you not so cocky.
It's very hard for her.
Shut up.
Nathaniel's sad because he didn't find this one. You
Oh,
tried.
Daddy.
He hasn't found any yet, but he's tried. You gave it a really good effort here.
I blame you, Mom.
Oh, he blames Chelle. That you couldn't find it here? Problem with this place is this is a micro cache and there's a million holes here. A million holes.
All right, this geocache is called No Overnight Camping. It's closer to downtown Sumas, which is that way. Can't see. And then the train, sounds like there's gonna be a train going by right now.
Dang, that's loud.
That way. 50 feet.
All right.
That. Okay. Yeah.
Right
I
there.
could just hide behind you.
Lots of blackberry bushes. Ouch. Steer clear of blackberry bushes if you find yourself in this kind of situation because they don't feel good.
All right, so I found it.
Oh, so we're tied. 2-2. Poor Nathaniel. We gotta give him a head start next time.
I know.
Oh, shut up. Hey, there actually is something.
Be very careful because there's like nails sticking up here.
Oh, little
Like
beads. Fruit beads.
And then there's this little.
Oh, that's cute.
So Amy, in her haste to be the first to get to the find, forgot to bring a pen, so I failed on one account.
That means you
Now
have to
the
go.
question is, do we want to brave the blackberry bushes again so we can send a log? Or do we just gonna go, we know we found it?
So this is stinging nettle. Do not touch it if you know it's good for you. Stinging nettle is awful. Actually, Chelle, would you like to touch it to show our viewers what stinging nettle is like?
I'm very tempted to, just because it doesn't look like anything on it could sting you. Like blackberry bushes have the clear thorns.
Yes.
So I'm very curious of how this stings. Not curious enough to try it though.
Are you? I think you are curious enough to try it.
So, here.
How long does it hurt?
If you don't put it on too much of your body, it'll you'll get over it in a little bit. I'd say do like the side of your hand or something.
What is it gonna do to me?
It's going.
Itches?
Sting you.
It's
Or hurts?
a little bit of burny, stingy, itchy.
Nah, I think I'll pass.
Come on, Chelle.
It
had difficulty finding a geocache in both Nooksack and Everson because they didn't really seem to have any in the downtown areas of either of those towns. I was able to find one that's kind of sort of between Everson and Nooksack, so we're at this one. It's called Test Tube Baby. Wendy, Test Tube Baby Wendy. Apparently they were chemists, or they knew chemists or something like that, and they had a whole bunch of test tubes, and then this series
They thought of their caches as their babies.
Yes.
So they took care of their caches. So they had a bunch of test tubes and decided, hey, test tube babies.
Yep, and so there's actually a whole bunch of these Test Tube Baby caches all over the Whatcom County. So
It's within 18 feet of here.
So
it is somewhere.
we are at a nice little park, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's cornfields over there, and then there are some farms over here, and I see people out running around the park. So this is a pretty little park over. That's the parking lot.
All right, Nathaniel, tell us the exciting news.
I found one.
Woohoo!
I'm not a complete failure.
Yes.
Test tube baby.
He found his first test tube baby. Wow, that doesn't sound right. He found his first geocache of the day.
And there's a bolt in it.
There's a bolt to keep it weighted down, we think. So, good job, Nathaniel.
So of our 6 that we have hit so far, we have found 5. So far we're doing pretty darn good. We found the Acme one, we found the...
You're going to list them all?
Yeah. Well, I'll list them all up here and with little check marks next to them so you guys can see which ones we found.
You should have a counter in the corner.
Yeah, I should have a counter, huh?
Chelle 2, Amy.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole total.
Yeah. Chelle 2, Amy 2, Nathaniel 1.
Yeah, keep rolling that one in.
Okay, so sad news. We're in Linden. We looked for the one next to the old man in the tree. And what happened, guys?
We were not able to find it, though we know where it is supposed to be, so we're not sure.
We're wondering if either it's missing or we're just really, really bad at geocaching.
It really could go either way.
Yeah, we're hoping it's not the latter. Otherwise, our career as ninja rogues might be over. Okay, well, Nathaniel's hoping for one more in Linden so we can at least get a check for our Linden stop. Let's see if she finds a good one that's not so conspicuous.
What's in front of it?
Okay, so Nathaniel is losing his...
It's freaking, you told me to go and it kind of looks inconspicuous when I come out of a car.
Nathaniel is not stealthy at all. I think we need to take his stealth badge away from him.
What would you have done?
Not dance right before
I didn't dance.
You posed. The trucks are coming right in front of you and you pose and then have to...
You pose. So then they'll just think you're crazy. They won't know you're geocaching.
Exactly. That was my point.
Since we had such good luck with the first Test Tube Baby Wendy, this time we decided to do Test Tube Baby
Franklin.
Test Tube Baby Franklin. And look at show them the
There's
tube.
Franklin.
No, show them the...
And then it's actually a test tube baby.
I know, isn't that cute? So that's Franklin. We found Franklin here in Linden. Not going to show you where because it would give it away. Just know that when you start doing geocaches more often, you'll find there are certain places that geocachers like to place caches, and this is one of those spots where once you know about this kind of geocache location, you will have an easier time finding them in these kind of places. So that's very cryptic, but geocachers out there will know. We have
There's a
certain places we
cache
like to
in a
place
cache.
caches. There's a cache in a cache?
Yeah, look, there's like a little cache. It's like a little cache that was already in the cache.
Oh, okay. Wonder if somebody put that in there if that was... So anyways, we found our Linden one. Check! Hooray!
Now we all have 2.
And we've all found 2 now. We actually gave that one to Nathaniel because we all knew where it was and we just told him
we
to
all
run
knew
out
it
and get
was.
it. And then he ran out there and got it right when 2 big trucks drove by.
And
So...
posed beforehand.
I didn't pose.
You posed.
Okay, so now we are in Fairhaven, which is a subsection of Bellingham, kind of a little more wealthy, very cute downtown area. This next one we're going to do is unique because it's a multi-cache. And a multi-cache is one where you basically go to the first cache, you get some information, and it'll give you, whatever information you have to find from that first location will give you the coordinates for the second location. And if there's a third location, at that second location you'll find either do a puzzle or something like that to get the coordinates for the third location and so on and so forth until you get to the final cache stops. So multi-caches are kind of fun to kind of go find one place and go to the next. And Chelle's going to tell us a little bit about this particular one. It sounded really interesting when I was looking it up.
So this one's called Unclaimed Dead. So it's a walking tour of haunted Fairhaven. So it kind of goes on with our ghost tour.
Yep, I'm going to link that there.
The posted coordinates will take you to the location of a street corner viewing area for the unclaimed dead, because during the 1890s and 1900s, thousands of transients came to help build the new city of Fairhaven, but many died of exposure, accident, or suicide. And when they couldn't be identified, they were loaded onto a wagon and put on display in hopes that someone might recognize them.
Oh, that's
So
not
we're
pleasant.
going to locate a stone marker at the posted coordinates, which pays tribute to these souls.
Oh.
And we will get clues to find
The next one.
Ooh, how many stops do we have on this?
Just one. We're going to do some math along with whatever stuff we find on this plaque. And then we're going
Wait, there's
to
math?
plug it in to get new coordinates that will take us to cache. So it's really
I heard
only
there's
it's
math,
only one
Nathaniel.
stage. Two
Okay.
stages.
I
So
heard
it's
math.
It's
Are
a
you
two-part
good at that?
multi-cache.
Yes, I like
Multi-cache. Nathaniel is a math nerd, so
Oh, good. He loves the fact there's math on this one.
perfect. So Fairhaven is a really cute part of Bellingham. You have the ocean back there, so it's not too far. There's some really nice ocean trails. They have some good food places and some cute. They have a really nice bookstore called Village Books. So come here and just check it out. It's really. Oh, and there is a tea shop which we would like to check out at some point. So now he's required to do some counting to figure out. That's his math face. Serious counting math face.
Stop distracting me!
And your zipper's down, babe.
Making sure we stay as stealthy as possible so those seagulls over there don't know what we're doing. So Nathaniel caught it. Nathaniel got the find this time.
Okay, so we are in Bellingham now. Woohoo! And we're at the Seahome Hill Arboretum, which is at the Western Washington University. And I'm going to link the video up here, my Bellingham for Science Lover video. And this is where you'll see my actual tour around the Seahome Hill Arboretum. Up here, it's kind of funny because this is like a nice little hiking spot near the downtown area of Bellingham. So if you want, yes, look at that. If you want a little hill action while you're in Bellingham, this is a great place to come hiking. There's quite a few geocaches up here, so we're going to find at least one, if not two or three. Nathaniel's really excited to find a few geocaches. Looks like he's getting ready for that. And so we'll hike around and show you, you know, what it is.
He's gonna win today.
Oh, he's going to win.
That's why
He's
says I
hoping
can
to.
play.
I'm not going to use the hint until we say it's okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to have the navigate thing so I can go straight to it.
Jeez.
You gotta be careful who's operating the geocaching app while you go, especially when people
She's
are
not going to stop me
competitive.
because she wants to play. And Amy's got to film.
Okay, navigate, guys. Where are we going?
Now it says we're still going the wrong way.
Okay, there is a trail that goes this way. So maybe we should be going this way.
Sometimes when you're geocaching, you can't follow that straight line. If we follow the straight line, we go down there because apparently the cache is somewhere over there.
Actually, no. Now it's saying, like, yeah, it's down this path.
Okay, so you have to make sure that when you're geocaching, you're paying very close attention and not just following your GPS, because you could fall down a ravine, and that wouldn't be a lot of fun.
Here's the process of geocaching. Basically wandering around, searching, sometimes aimlessly, and Chelle's playing Harry Potter. Oh, okay.
I was.
Yeah, you were.
She caught me.
Well, Chelle found that one.
If we count all of them, we're tied. So
It's not fair though, because I have to film. This is your guys' fault.
And it has a travel bug. Pull out the travel bug. Let's see what kind of travel bug it is. And we can.
just dump it out and see what there is.
But this is a good sized geocache, and we found it in a really
This should
clever,
be a freaking like regular.
pretty typical geocache
There's a
spot.
full-on notebook. Oh, and there's a coin attached.
What's a coin of? What's it say? Monte
Monte Wow Wow.
Oh, and show us the travel bug part, the other side. The other side. So there is the serial code that you would log into the website, and then the owner will know that we grabbed the travel bug and that we're going to move it on to another spot. So we are in Ferndale, which is a little town just north of Bellingham, and Ferndale is sort of slightly closer to where I live compared to where Bellingham is, and I like to come down here and use the library and go to the post office quite a bit. So it's a cute little downtown area. It's really crowded right now because it is commuter time, and we're gonna find an urban cache right in the middle of Main Street. So Chelle's super excited. Look at that look of excitement. She loves urban caches.
You're gonna be so.
And Nathaniel is the most stealthy ninja we have.
Yeah.
So, what's the matter, Chelle?
There's something wrong.
So, obviously, this one's gonna go well, and we're not going to attract any undue attention to ourselves. To call it quits on the one in Ferndale because since it's such a busy time of the day, there are not only tons of cars at the light and stopping right in front of where the cache would be, but there were people sitting on the patio right in front of the area where there was geocaches. And then while we were waiting there trying to see when it would clear up, there was a whole bunch of gentlemen coming and getting on their motorcycles and leaving. So we really tried. We waited for a little while to see if it would clear up at all, and realistically there were just way too many muggles around. We would not have been able to do it discreetly. We're gonna go over to Hovander Park, which is a really pretty park here in Ferndale, and we're gonna see where there's a regular size one we're gonna check out, and maybe we'll hit the small ones as well.
You know what?
So here we are at Hovander Park. It's really pretty. They've got this garden that people come and work in, these beautiful old homesteads, and you can actually take tours of the homesteads. Really large parking area. And this place is open till sunset, which here, right now, this time of the year is about 9:30. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And Nathaniel is apparently eating the mosquitoes.
It landed on my tongue.
Geocaching travel tip. Make sure that you bring mosquito or bug spray with you to spray yourself in situations like this where you get swarmed and Chelle starts running. Are you okay, Shelly?
This is what happens. Sometimes you find little snakes when you are doing this, and I hope it wasn't in the section where we thought maybe the cache was.
Look at it.
There's another snake inside there.
Yep. Yeah, there's another snake.
Oh, yeah, right
You
there.
want me to check the head?
Make sure it's not in there.
Yeah. You want me to check it?
I don't think it's in there.
It might be. You want me to check it though?
Turns out there were 3 snakes, and they're coming to keep an eye on their den.
Yeah, there's one right there.
They're like, I'm gonna
There's
get
that
you.
little dude.
I'm gonna get you.
Where's the third one? I don't see the third one.
There it goes.
There's one right there. There's
Oh, he's curled up. Look. Oh, they're just.
there's 3 of them. 1, 2,
They
3.
don't like us here. I mean, I wouldn't like
There's
us here
the 3
either.
of them. There's 2 right there.
What if
and
they
there's
have
one
eggs
right
in
there.
there or something?
Okay, so this is the final day of our tour of Whatcom through geocaching, and today we're starting out in Blaine, which is a really cute little town that is just south of the Canadian border to get over to Vancouver. We went and had some pizza, which was delicious. Oh, calzones, pizza, and fettuccine alfredo. And now we're in a cute little neighborhood just near the ocean looking for a little geocache. This is a cute little park, and we're gonna see who's gonna win the geocache off.
Okay, so because Nathaniel is a runner, he went and was able to find this one first. But look at these views. So the tide is out right now, but Blaine and then Canada are right over there. So Blaine is like right at the end of that, and then Canada is a little bit further that way. Would be, I think, the White Rock area. So this is a pretty little park, and we're having a fun time
This amazing geo.
with this crazy geocache. It's actually a micro geocache. Look how small it is. But it's attached to not a micro little dude.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trade out ducks for this duck.
I don't think you're gonna do that.
What?
All right, so now we are in Birch Bay, and Birch Bay is just south of Blaine. It's a really cute little, it's more of a resort town. It's right along the ocean. There's a pretty bay out there, and we're at this little park called Blue Horizon Park or something like that? Bay Horizon Park. So Nathaniel's already running and trying to get ahead of us, and hopefully this is a hard one so we can actually get a chance.
Yeah, you look good, Chelle, too. Look at the winner. Who found it?
Okay, so this last one that we're going to be getting is actually in a town called Custer. It's a really, really small town. And as far as geocaches, we couldn't find any in the actual little downtown area of Custer. So we found one at a rest area just off the Highway 5. And Nathaniel is in a hurry to get to it, so he's way ahead of us. So we'll see if he or if Chelle win this thing, because I'm pretty much out of the running at this point. Okay, so I wanted to jump in here really quickly and let you know that while we were filming this geocaching video, we actually were hitting quite a few other geocaches that I did not feature in the video. And so when we were keeping score for most finds, we actually ended up with a tie between Chelle and Nathaniel. It gets kind of confusing in the end of this video because for the purposes of the video alone, and Nathaniel, you're gonna love this, Nathaniel was the winner. So we hit 15 different geocaches that were featured in this video. Of those 15, we didn't find the one in Glacier. Nathaniel found 6, Chelle found 5, and I found just 3. Boo. But that means Nathaniel won for this video, so I'm gonna let you get back to the video now, but I didn't want you to be confused because I will say a lot of, they were tied, they're tied, they're tied, the next part of the video.
Okay, so Nathaniel found it for the tie. Him and Chelle are now tied, and Amy found a trackable that's in here. It's a geocoin. Let me pull it out. So here's the geocoin. Geocaching all-in-one. DNF did not find. Relaxing. It's from 2011, and here is the information on it. And we can log it and then move it on to the next place. So it's,
This one's broken.
now you've gotten to see what a travel bug and what a geocoin look like. And then here's some of the fun stuff. We're near a golf course, so apparently people found a whole bunch of golf balls and threw them in here.
That's what we found too.
We did find a golf ball as well.
Alright, so we have finished our geocaching tour of Whatcom County. Nathaniel and Chelle are tied. I come in last, but that's okay because I am a winner. I'm a winner because I got to share this experience with you, so that's enough for me. Did you guys have fun geocaching?
Yeah.
So if you guys liked this video, click the like button and subscribe right now. You guys subscribing? Did you guys subscribe?
Yeah. Push the button. Subscribe and like for more.
Yes, and click the notification button if you'd like to know when the next video is coming up. Thank you so much for joining us on our geocaching adventure. Bye!